double parked
Take
right
this
here.
off.
Double part.
Thank you.
Someone stopped the bell, I'm getting.
I'll set, and what's your Thank name? you.
Chamber.
Thank you, Bill.
Hi.
I don't want to move stuff. That's actually Jerusalem Mill stuff anyway. Here's the card. And you can call them. I'll give you that, Jerry.
Yeah, a lot of brush.
You like regulars? I bet you haven't seen this before. I bet you anything you haven't seen.
Jericho Bridge.
What is that? What is that? It looks like a ball, but it's not a ball. It's actually Rudolph's nose. Isn't that funny? Now watch this, is so cool. You take the ball, you put it in your hand over here, just like that, and you push it into your fist, just like that, and it's gone, and it's over here by your elbow. Isn't that weird? That is so weird. See if you can guess which
Cool.
hand it's in. See if you can guess, ready? I'm gonna ask you which hand it's in. You have never seen this before.
I already know, I
You-
think.
No. Before, give me a minute. I'm gonna ask you again, where's the red ball? Ready? I'm gonna take the red ball, I'm gonna push it into that hand, and I'm doing something very sneaky. Here we go. Here's the sneaky part. I'm telling you, I'm pushing it in, and I'm gonna get very sneaky here in a minute. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. There, where is the red ball? Where is it?
That ear.
No, see, that's the sneaky part. That's where the square is. You wanna try the other
What the
hand?
heck?
Yeah, that's where the ball is. It's unfortunately black. So the black sponge ball and the red sponge square is not the red ball that I asked you about, because if you were paying attention, which you weren't, if you were paying attention, you would have seen me put it into this pocket when I walked away from you. And the next time you saw me take something out of my left pocket, which was this. So you were watching me only when I had the ball in front of you. But as soon as I stepped away from you, you stopped watching me. I know, because I was watching your eyes, I was watching your eyes. And you weren't watching me. You were watching something else. You were just like, oh, okay. So that's how I do my work. I look at where you are looking. And when you're not looking at me, that's when I do my sneaky stuff. So that's what I was doing. Sneaky stuff.
Cool.
Sneaky stuff. And you've already been to the mill, so you probably know a lot about this mill more than me. Even more than me, which is really fun. You know more than me. You take a ball. How big is that? How many inches is that? Approximately how many inches? How many inches wide is that, do you think? 1, 2, 3 inches?
3 inches.
3 inches is a good guess. I'm gonna go with 2.5. You take it, and it's 2.5 inches, and you push it into your fist just like that. And it's not 2.5 inches, it's a sponge banana. It's a banana now. So, you can switch it out for banana. Pretty cool stuff, huh?
Yeah.
So, hopefully one of you will turn into a magician someday, because that's my ultimate goal. You ready for one last card trick? Last card trick. Last night there were 4 queens in the deck, but I thought one looked very odd, so I turned her face up. So one odd queen is face up. Which one is face up? The heart, the diamond, the spade, or the club? Which one do you think I turned face up last night? She was the odd queen. What's that? What's that? Yeah, I could. But is she the heart, the diamond, the spade, or the club? You have to guess which one. He said the club. Watch this. Look. The club. Empty? It's empty. Watch. Just the club is the one that's face up. That's amazing. But I said she was odd, and here's the reason why. She was odd because she came from a different deck. That is why she was odd. The club was the only one that was red. Can I ask how old you are now? 11. How old are you now? 5 and 11. Difference is 6 years. Perfect. 6 years.
Servant.
Brothers?
No,
Cousins. Cousins. So you're the 5-year-old younger cousin. Very good. 11. So 5th grade? How do you like it so far? Cool. Great. I love 5th grade. 5th and 6th are one of my favorites. one of my faves. So I'm still
There's
in when we were
some
with
of
friends and then we get to the junior high,
the art of
senior high, your friends
some
have
things that were found
they have all these elements.
here when they were rebuilding
So,
the maple here and around the surrounding area.
good. You get to feel like, hey, this is all family. So it's done that way.
There is a mummified
Have a chance to get some friends before they get to us.
fox. I think it's a fox.
For your buddies. And you listen to your cousin. You gotta listen
Some
to him.
fine
He's
china.
older than you by 6 years. He knows a lot of stuff.
There's a millstone.
So do you know how this thing operates, this mill works? Have you shown them how it works? So it operated on water power. It turned these two paddle wheels in the basement on water. And when they turned those wooden gears to the right over there, which then turned the top stone that was above this stone. And those bottom stones are the original bottom stones from 1772. So before George
Wow.
Washington was our president, those stones were turned. So these stones here are the bottom stone. The top stone fit right on top of that metal cleat. And the top stone would turn and this one would not turn. And how it worked was the top stone had a giant hole in the center of it, like a donut. And there was a young boy who was 14 years old upstairs. He was Hopper Boy. And the Hopper Boy would throw wheat down through this wooden chute. A big wooden chute or trough would dump wheat into the hole on the top turning stone. So that top stone is turning, while wheat is being thrown into the middle of it. The wheat would then get down between the two stones, and the stones are separated by that much. And the stones would grind the wheat into flour. And the flour is what you wanted to make bread, biscuits, pancakes, waffles, those types of cool things. And flour was needed back in the day because you made your own bread. You probably would not go to the local bakery to get some bread. You would make your own bread in your own kitchen. And your mother or your grandmother would make it for you. And the ladies were really good at making bread. It was like the best bread. So you didn't go down to the store to buy bread. You probably wouldn't go to the store once a week. You'd go to the store probably once a month. You go down somewhere and get on your horse and you travel 20 miles and you go down to a store and you buy things like sugar, cane sugar, or you need some type of flour, you might go get some flour. But this was a mill, you could get the flour right here. So the Quakers that ran this business knew that people in this area would want to buy their own wheat and buy their own flour. Do you see that little thing down there? That little,
Dead fox.
it's a dead fox, right? That's called Fluffy. But Fluffy's not so fluffy anymore. But Fluffy looked like this and was fluffier when we found her. There's Fluffy, and that's why she has her name. Fluffy is a mummified fox, and she's the mascot of our mill. We found Fluffy under the floorboards, and for another 35 minutes or so, over at the McCormick store, that's where Fluffy was found. She died under these floorboards here, and we pulled her up, and then basically she was already dead for years. So she's mummified, so she's basically, that's the way she's going to look for a long time. And we were renovating the McCormick store and putting new floorboards down when we found her. They have, you've been in here before, realize they have penny candy at the store there for a penny. So, which is amazing because they had penny candy when I was a child, and that was amazing back then. Because penny candy is really like a nickel. So they lose money, but they sell penny candy for a penny up at the McCormick store. So if you go up there in the next 40 minutes, they still have.
Isn't that right over there, right?
Yellow and green building, yep. It's the general store, and it's open till 4. They close promptly at 4, so we still have time. And ask them about the penny candy. They don't put a sign out. Just say, I want my penny candy. A dentist told me to tell you about the penny candy. So this is 1910. This is how it looked. This doesn't exist anymore. This is the Jerusalem Mill covered bridge, and it's now just a regular bridge with no cover on it over there. This is how you see, coming down the hill, you would see this building, which is the tenant house. It used to be an old post office. That's the McCormick store that you see. It's yellow and green now, but you see regular boards on it in 1910. And the mill building is behind it back there. So at the bottom of this hill, you keep, there it is. There's the mill right there, right there. And it's got those dormers. So this is something you also don't see in 1910. You can see that shop there, which doesn't exist now. This shop right here. That was an old sawmill. Sawmill needed to build the mill. That sawmill's been down for many years, since 1910 probably. It's Jerusalem Mills, called Jerusalem, Maryland. And now you're looking at this covered bridge, which is that bridge right across the way, right a few hundred feet away. That's a covered bridge back then, and that was falling apart in 1910, so they took that down. And this is the blacksmith shop, and that's the mill right there. I guess that's the blacksmith shop. Nope, that's the blacksmith shop. That's the mill. I think that's the sawmill right there. That's the blacksmith shop right across the street. Yeah. Yes,
cool.
Gum. I hate that. Someone put gum on the floor. Great. So this is the 1910, how history is kind of documented with pictures. Kind of fun.
You're NASA.
I am a NASA employee. I work
you?
there at NASA Goddard Greenbelt.
Oh,
And
wow.
I come to volunteer here on the weekends. I'm here actually temporarily today because somebody else couldn't come in. So Chris Scoville is the curator, and I'm standing in for him. So I'm a NASA engineer guy.
Oh wow, that's
build,
cool.
Build rockets and spacecraft, that kind of thing.
Wow.
30 years I've been down there, so I was a younger man when I started working there. And I'm an
Wow.
old man now. I have 5 more years before I can say I'm retired, I'm out of here. 5 more years before I give notice and say I'm done.
Wow. Go below.
So how do you like school? Are you in kindergarten now? You like school? I liked it because I had all my friends were there. All my friends were there.
And this building is behind here, which is this one.
That building is the Miller's house, which is right behind us, and they're still operating until 4 o'clock today. Basically, the Miller lived there, but it was a gun shop originally, and it's an old gun shop. And totally restored. We restored it right after 1985 when we started building this building. Restored that building. We're going to go 1-bedroom house. Bedroom upstairs, tiny. Room for a bed upstairs. Come up the stairs and it's like the stairs are on the left of that top window.
What'd you say,
That's
Joe?
pretty much it. You got a bed up there. And down the
Got
stairs.
him in
is
the body.
kitchen.
All right,
No
buddy.
living room. It's just the kitchen on the first floor and the bedroom upstairs. Tiny room. You got the in off your shoe?